Hi ladies, it's Caitlin with My Amelia James by Caitlin. Today I'm going to do a video on how I keep track of my purchase expenses and also how I will keep track of my income once my inventory arrives. So let me do a quick little screen share here. Okay, so now I'm down here in Excel and I'm just going to select the blank workbook. All right, and then the first box here is going to be the date. So I'm going to type date there. You can also type up here in this box if you would rather. And then we're going to have the column B be the purchase, and then C is going to be order information. So that's where I put my confirmation numbers, anything I want to know about the order, when it's supposed to arrive, when I purchased it, anything like that. And I like to make this one a little bigger. You just get the little down arrow there by hovering over the cell and click, and then you can go over here and grab the double head arrow there and you can adjust it to however you want. And then column D is going to be the amount. I'm also going to make that one a little bigger. And I'm going to go ahead and make the purchase one a little bigger as well. And probably the date too. Okay, so we're going to format these here. I like to keep the date aligned to the side here. This is all personal preference. This is just how I like my documents to look. If you want to center the date, you can do that. That's fine. Purchase, I'm going to center that. Order info, center, and amount, center. You can also, if you get the arrow pointed this way, you can select the whole row and then get the double-headed arrow, and you can adjust your cell height this way. So we'll make that a little bigger. And then we'll go up here to right here, and you can make your text be in the center there. So it's centered in the whole cell. So then we're gonna add the date here. So I'm just gonna put in today's date and tab over to the next one. So then it will auto-populate the year in there. We can also go over to the number format over here, click the little arrow, and it will pull up this box. You can select how you want your date to be displayed here. You can have the day of the week and the month spelled out, or you can have it abbreviated in many different ways. I'm going to choose this one. It just is the shortest, most simple way. So we're going to hit that. And I'm going to align it to the left. So it matches the date there, or the cell A1. Now we're going to move over to the purchase. This is where I put where I bought the item from, the store, the website, whatever. So we're just going to type in Amazon there. And then I'm going to go back. And I like to center the purchases as well. The order info, you just put the confirmation number, whatever it is. You can also put, sometimes I like to put what is included, so I'll just put like comma hangers. And then the amount, just how much it costs, we'll say $85. And then to format your dollars here, we're going to select the whole column. We're going to go to get the pointed down arrow there, click, and it will select all of them, like from where you're at to the end of Excel there. So we're going to go over here and we're just going to click this money sign here. You just click it and it will put in your money symbol and then 2 decimal places. If you don't want 2 decimal places, you can go up here to decrease decimal and just push it twice and it will just be the number. You can go over here to increase decimal and click 2 times and you'll get your decimals back. So what we should have done over here with the date is select it all like that as well. So I'm just going to go back in and redo that real quick. So then the date I put in here should turn into the date like that. And I should have had that whole thing selected when I aligned it left as well. Same thing with all of these probably. Nope, those are all, okay. So then we're just gonna add in, let's say I got something at Walmart. We'll just type in Walmart. Since I was probably in the store, I don't have to put anything here. I can put in still what I got. So maybe you got printer paper. And then, I don't know, $5. And you just tab past it and it will, automatically put in the $sign in your zeros. So once you put in, all your expenses that you have so far, I just select a random cell. I usually leave a few so I don't have to add a cell every time. But what I'm going to do to this cell is I'm going to format it so that it will calculate the total of this column automatically. It will change it if I add another one. It will automatically add that to my total. So what I'm going to do is you go up to here to auto sum and it will automatically come up with that right there. So I'm just going to push enter to say okay. And there you can see it's got my total. And I like to format it. So I'm going to go over here to cell styles, push it, and go over here to total. And it's going to add some blue lines there. It just draws your eye to it. I like how it looks. You don't have to. It's all personal preference there. You can also choose any of these styles here on any cell that you want. So if I want my date over there to be yellow, I can choose yellow there. And if you want the whole line to be yellow, you can select the whole one like I showed you before and just go into there and click the whole thing. I don't really like to put a whole lot of color into my spreadsheets just because I think it adds more to look at and it gets confusing. Uh-oh, I lost my, okay, I see what happened. It turned my text white. Okay, so there I got my headings back. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a border between my headings here and my first line. So I'm going to select the whole thing. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to just select these. And I'm going to go right here to this. This is the borders button. Click the down arrow and just choose a bottom border. And there I have it. I'm going to edit it a little bit. So I'm going to go into the font settings here in this little arrow. And it's going to come up with, in the font, that's just the setting that it's on. And we're going to go to the border tab. And here you can change the colors here. You can choose a different type of line. I'm going to go with that one there. And every time you change something here in the style or the color, you have to go over here and click the button to turn it off and turn it back on to get that style. You see what I'm saying here? Okay. Here you can also, if you decide you want borders in the middle, you can click this middle button and that will put them between each column. I don't want that. I don't like how that is. You can definitely leave them there if you want. You can turn all of these on and have each cell all the way bordered up. It's just how you want it. So I'm gonna leave mine like that. I like that. It's just how I do. And then I'm gonna show you this. You can select the whole thing and you can also have your headings up at the top centered, or down at the bottom but centered. And then you can also have it like this with all of these. You just have to play with it and see what you like. I like mine centered and centered. So then we're going to select column D here, and I'm going to add a little bit thicker border between D and E here, because that is where I'm going to have my division between my expenses on this side and my income on this side. I like to do it that way because I can see them both at the same time. If you want to, you can go down here, create a new sheet with that plus, and do your income on there. I like to have mine all in one spot, so that's why I do it this way. So we're just gonna go up to here on the border button here, and we're gonna go to right border, and we're just gonna click it. See how it showed up there? And then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna make it thicker again, like I did on the other one, but I'm gonna make it even thicker because I want it to really be a definition line there. You can also, if you want it something even thicker, you can do no borders. Oops, that messed up there. So we're just gonna add that real quick. Oops. You can just add that, okay. You can just make column E narrow if you want a super wide one. And then you just go into here. This is the paint bucket here is the fill button. So you would just put like a black or whatever color you want. And you can make it a really thick border that way if you would like. I'm just gonna leave it like that since that's what I showed you guys last. And then I'm gonna go into creating my expense side, or my income side, sorry, my income side. So I'm gonna put the date again, and then I'm gonna put the event name, and I'm gonna make that bigger. And then we're gonna have the total sold here. Make that a little bigger. And then the total profit. So you have what you sold and then how much of that is profit. And then we're gonna have the amount you wanna pay back into your initial investment. And then a reinvest column. And then we're gonna have a taxes column, what you're gonna save for taxes. All right, so if you want your total sold, your profit, your payback, your reinvestment, and your taxes, if you want all of those to be the same exact cell width, you can select them all. You just get the down arrow, click, and then drag to select it. And then we're gonna go here to format. We're gonna, okay, you can also do your row height here, but we're gonna go to column width. And we're just gonna type in like 16, I think. Yep, 16. Oh, that's perfect because it ends right here. You don't have to go, oops, and scroll side to side. So we're gonna make the date a little bit wider here. Okay, so since I want the same border going all the way across, I'm gonna just, you can click either one of these 4 cells that have the border across the bottom, select it. You can go up here to Format Painter and click it, and click and drag over what cells you want it to be, and it will add it. So what Format Painter does is it takes whatever, however this cell is formatted, you can click Format Painter, and you go to a different cell and click, and it will put the exact same format that's in this cell in whatever cell you click. It can save a lot of time. It can make you look, you know, you don't have to try to remember all the things that you put into one cell. Where that comes in handy is when you do a bunch of custom stuff. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put the date in. We'll just use today again. And we're gonna tab. So since we want it to look the same like this date, we're gonna just select it, Format Painter, click, and it'll do the exact same. It will put in the same way we formatted the date, the same alignment, the same text, the same color, everything. The only thing it will not do is it will not adjust the cell size. Like over here, we have our column wider than we have over here. It will not do that. If you want them the same size, you can do that manually. So then the event name, like if you have a vendor show, you can put the name of the vendor show. Your total sold, let's say I sold $500. My profit of that, let's say $250. I'm gonna pay back myself $50. I'm gonna reinvest $150, and I'm gonna save $50 for my taxes. So the vendor show name, I'm probably going to leave it aligned to the side. And then the total sold, I'm going to go over here because I want it to be just like this one with the amount or the money sign here. So I'm going to do Format Painter and click. And I get the same exact thing. And now since this one is formatted the same, I can go just leave it there, click Format Painter. And now I'm going to show you how to do many of the same. You just click and drag, and it will do all of them. Easy squeezy, right? Okay, so, and then I'm going to also do a total in each one of these so that it automatically totals, totals how much is in each column. So we're just going to do auto sum. It'll do that. And then I'm not sure if auto or if Format Painter fills that. No, it doesn't. Okay, so you cannot use Format Painter to do the auto sum stuff. I wasn't sure how you do that, but it's really, see, and sometimes you'll get this, so then you just go and you just select the rows you want or the column you want. Do that, and then we'll do this one. Just like that. And we're gonna add in another one here just for, oops, and again, see, I didn't have the whole thing selected there. So we're gonna go into here and we're gonna do the date and we're just gonna select that. And then alignment, there we go. And see with Format Painter, let me see, I don't know if we can do, how do I get that? There we go. I don't know if I can do a whole column, let me see. Let me see how it goes here. And I know too, oh yep, see, so you can't. Okay, so that's really good to know, you guys. Did you see that? You can do Format Painter for columns. You just go click your cell you want, click, and then you click the whole cell. That's really good to know. Okay, so we're gonna just add another one in there just so I can show you guys how it totals the stuff. So we're gonna do, let's say my friend Tiffany has a party. We'll just put that, say I sold $800. And I'm gonna do total profit would be like 400 bucks, let's say. I'm gonna pay back $100. I'm gonna reinvest 200, and I'm gonna save 100 for my taxes. So again, you see, I didn't do the whole column again, so we're gonna have to go through there. I'm telling you guys, that's hard to remember, is to do the whole column. And you see how it's taken out my borders there? You know, you live and learn, and you just do it again. See, easy fix there. So there you go. So now it has my totals sold added up there, my profits, my paybacks, my reinvestments, and my taxes all added up. So the really cool part now, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna add my kit to this. Just, let's say I signed up on the 10th. And I'm gonna say kit, investment, I don't know, you can name it whatever. And I'm just gonna say kit in there. And let's say I got the $3,000 package. So now it tells me my total is $3,090 there. That's what I have into it. Okay. So then I'm just gonna go, oops, over to this side and just click a random wherever. I'm gonna use this one just because it's easier to see. And I'm gonna put total until investment paid off. Okay. And you can merge. Here, I'll show you how to merge. You can just select the cells you want to join together and go up here and merge in center. And you can just take off the center by pushing the align left. And then here, I'm going to, I'm not going to auto sum, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an equation so that it, or I think Excel calls them a function or something like that. But what I'm going to do, you push the equal sign and then a parenthesis, I believe. And then you click the cell. So I'm going to take cell D9, which is D9 here, right here. And then I'm going to go minus. And then what I want to do is subtract how much I have paid back. So that would be my J column here, my payback, and click there. And then you gotta close your parenthesis and then just push enter. And that is how much you have until your investment is paid off. So let's say you have another party on 3/10. Your friend, I don't know. What's a friend's name? I don't have very many friends. Your friend Courtney has a party. And you sell, let's say $1,000. It was a big one. Your total profit $500. You want to pay back $250. Okay? You see that? It added, I put in my $250. It added it up to $400. So now it's taking this $3,090 that I had put in, subtracting the $400 and putting it right here. So you know exactly how much you have until your investment is paid off. Okay? You're going to reinvest, let's say $200 and save $50 for taxes. Okay? So then that's all I would do for that, because I mean, I don't really care how much total I have reinvested. I don't really care how much I have saved for taxes. I can see that. This is what I want to know. So you can go in, you can add a thick box border, get the whole thing like that. You can add a color. Let's say I want it orange, so you see it. That's the number that I want to be 0. And that's pretty much what I would do, guys. I would maybe rename this expenses income. Another thing you could do, you could insert, you just click here, get the whole thing with that arrow, right click, insert, you'll insert a row, select the top, merge in center, and you can just put expenses there, a little bit of a heading. Do the same thing for here, select merge in center, and you can put income. And you can, make those a little bigger, make the font size however big you want it, change the colors. You can use the self styles to put whatever color you want on it. There's a crazy amount of things you can do with formatting this. You can do adjust your row height here, column width here. You can rename your sheet here, which is what I just showed you down here. There's all sorts of stuff you can do to personalize it however you want. Here you can change the font that's in your cells. We'll just select something different so you can see it. You can do whatever. But that's pretty much what I would do. And then when you, if you fill up all these rows here, you just select the row, right click, and insert. It will always insert the row above where you have selected. So that's how you would add new once you get this filled up. Yeah, so that's how I do that. If you guys have any questions, you can send me an email. My Facebook party group is not up and running yet, but it will be soon. So I'll add that when it's up and ready, but I'll leave my email address in the description. So if you guys have any questions, you can email me there. Bye, guys.